Somewhere in the Caribbean, 6 overachieving middle schoolers have been selected to attend an exclusive summer camp for the nation's brightest young minds.
I love it when a show can explain its premise for me. In a year where television animation was dominated by reboots and revivals, StuGo was far and away my favorite when it debuted on Disney Channel in early 2025. You have three-dimensional kids who carry themselves like many adults with minimal supervision a la Peanuts, all of which are desperate for validation.
We've never failed anything before, and we're not gonna start now. We're A+ people with big brains and
feline musculature.
dexterous jello fingers.
Give me that flag.
And I packed orange slices.
They roam around an island populated by monsters straight out of a Ray Harryhausen movie or a Johnny Quest episode, inspired by old adventure serials. I get real Earthbound vibes from these elements being crammed together. The kids seek to impress the eccentric mad scientist Dr. Lula and her mutant dog assistant, Mr. OK. She's more interested in working on her jet ski or carving her face into the moon than taking over the Earth. We're only exposed to the pettiest side of a whole world of evildoers.
Should have done a practice sketch or something.
I like it when I can tell a series was inspired by the creative team's childhood, since the episode topics get so specific, covering public access television, YA fantasy novels, and Pokemon-like fads, all with increasingly convoluted titles.
Zorbs! Zorbular Orb Zorbs!
I recognize writers Amalia Lavari and Craig Lewis from their work on Centaur World and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, respectively. I'd say StuGo sits between them in the same camp of ensemble cartoons that zero in on dissecting and challenging their casts, whether that be through development or sitcom-y scenarios. Blue sucks! I don't think you're allowed to mention Foster's in a YouTube video without saying that. To illustrate what I'm talking about, take the episode The Leg Farm. Let me tell ya, it lives up to its title. One of the kids, Miriam, is this high-strung go-getter incapable of relaxing.
This is stressing me out.
She's a natural contrast to Mr. OK.
You consider me a pretty chilled-out guy, right?
How's it going, boys?
Oops, sorry.
Miriam is taken to a farm where the legs for Dr. Lula's animal mutants are grown.
They find all kinds of creative ways to ruin perfectly good legs. Crunch, 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 crunch!
Miriam, being forced to relax, causes her to fix what she saw as inefficiencies in the way that OK was running his farm, overstimulating the legs and wrecking the island. Miriam learns how to utilize her energy and creativity without breaking the established system, and we get a little world building mixed with fast-paced jokes about raising legs like pigs and crotch kicking. What more could you need? The episodes feel like they could be about anything, and no crazy science fiction ideas off the table because everything delicately connects back to the characters. That includes the season-long arc. Now, StuGo isn't story-driven. There's simple callbacks between episodes that reward you for watching it in order, but no cliffhangers or deep lore. However, there is a major twist about halfway through. On paper, it's terrible. It's such a cliche piece of hack writing that it asks the audience to buy into. This is why I love it. So when I think about a Disney animated project with a twist, my mind either goes to one of two places. Welcome to my second video where I will spoil Gravity Falls that isn't about Gravity Falls. 3/4 of its runtime lead up to the massive revelation that twins Dipper and Mabel's great uncle Stan has a twin of his own, Stanford. He was the inventor who built the portal Stan had been secretly working on throughout the series. Not only have there been small background details or character moments hinting at this, but the show is now about 2 sets of twins instead of 1. Sci-fi plot devices revolving around shape-shifting or duplication around the main setting of the Mystery Shack are recontextualized as Ford's experiments.
Uncle Stan, what is this place?
I don't know. Just another room I gotta clean up now.
Rewatching the show with this twist in mind only makes it better.
You had a twin brother all along? That's the big twist we were waiting for?
I predicted that like a year ago.
On the other side of the spectrum, you have Frozen. Disney did 4 feature animated films in a row with twist villains. They were one of the defining features of Obama's second term. Han sticks out from this roster because he brings down his movie the most. Frozen loves patting itself on the back for how much it subverts classic fairy tale tropes that have become synonymous with Disney.
You can't marry a man you just met.
So the love interest prince who Anna suddenly falls for isn't her true love. He's actually been manipulating the princess into trusting her this whole time to seize her kingdom. It's a surprising twist that I didn't see coming, and it's the only thing Hans has going for him. The film is so devoted to making sure that his heel turn is shocking that all we know about him beforehand is that he's a little heroic and a little awkward, which turns out to be a front. He's only the villain because it fits the theme. He doesn't get much foreshadowing that you could pick up on. Like, brother, your smile does not need to be so kind when there's no one around. Your horse is not going to out you. Obviously, blatantly lying and attempted murder make Hans more interesting, but he barely has any screen time before he's thwarted. He's more of an obstacle than an antagonist. What Hans adds to the themes of Frozen takes away from his character. I wonder if the after credits scene of Frozen 3 is going to tease his return as a villain, and maybe he'll have more layers than Olaf this time. But his voice actor, Santino Fontana, will be replaced by Skylar Astin. If you're a theater kid who didn't understand that joke, please enlighten yourself. Episode 12A of StuGo, Shapesister, kicks off with the kids having their dodgeball fall into the cargo hold of the giant ship they live in. The typically confident and headstrong Sarah is immediately shaken and tries to steer the others away from going down the ominous hatch to retrieve the ball.
Well, guess it's lost forever.
Sarah sneaks into a hidden room with a shocking secret inside.
They're gonna come looking, and they're gonna find out that we're secret twins.
This is really stupid. Both Sarahs have the exact same character design. These twins have apparently been trading places and taking notes about the others to keep up their ruse for weeks. Yet there's no way to tell them apart besides the spelling of their names.
Okay, so you're twins.
Yes, that is correct.
With the same name.
Mine has an H.
It has an H in it.
One Sarah is a little resistant to deceiving the rest of their friends and wants to come clean, but there's no way of tracking when that Sarah appears in any episode. The credits only mention Sarah spelled with an H whenever both of the twins are present. We also don't know how the other Sarah got to the island. In the first episode, all these little nerds are dropped off with their luggage, and there's no way Sarah could fit an entire human inside her rolling suitcase. Somehow, this is the most unrealistic thing in StuGo. Plus, the other Sarah sticks around. There's no reset at the end of the episode. The twist of a secret twin is so played out that Gravity Falls had to spend 31 episodes building a legitimate case for it. How am I supposed to take this reveal seriously when there's no cryptic background Easter eggs and codes and fake leaks on 4chan to be tricked by? Look, I was already on board with the series when I heard about Sarah being 2 characters instead of 1, and this didn't sound significantly weirder than anything I saw in the handful of segments I had already sampled. I know it's in their nature for twists to shock and surprise you, but it felt like a Hans situation, where the twist fits thematically, but narratively speaking isn't satisfying. However, I then watched all 12 episodes leading up to Shapesister, and that's when I realized Sarah having a secret twin wasn't the real twist all along. So in the lead up to her big episode, Sarah has a number of one-off moments and lines that subtly allude to her double life, like her shot in the intro having her pose in a mirror, or when she screams about being grateful for
Secrets!
or this aside with Chip.
Let's get out of here!
I got a bunker, but you gotta swear allegiance.
The most direct piece of foreshadowing that she's spying on her peers comes from when she introduces Chip and Miriam to a secret surveillance room.
Sarah? What the heck?
Hey, I didn't make it. I just found it and used it.
What I'm more interested in is how all of Sarah's moments in the spotlight are connected by deception. This is kicked off in Goat Racket. Sarah concocts a lie about goats stealing the kids' special beans, so she can get her hands on the rarest ones. She feels guilty about tricking Larry and believes the best solution is a convoluted scheme involving dressing up in a goat costume.
It's like Mom and Dad always said. You can only fix a lie with an even bigger lie.
Sarah puts on a lot of disguises.
Sarah, I thought you were a panther or something.
I am a panther. You see, Larry, once I get into character, I commit.
She pretends to be one of Dr. Lula's foes to prank her, and, in my favorite episode, pretends to be a robot after being sent to deactivate a malfunctioning machine that's drawing a butt on the moon. It really stands out visually, the escalation is strong, and I enjoy how Chip keeps fighting to stay relevant in a story that isn't about him. I love that little freak.
And I was there as well.
Once again, she's being a rebel, but this is the first time we get a glimpse in how compassionate Sarah can truly be, a side of her that we'll see more and more of throughout Season 1. The bond Sarah forms with this paint roller after being charmed by his art and love of butt-based vengeance is enough for the girl to reveal herself and break Lula's orders.
He's more than just a broken tool, and I'm more than a cold-blooded robot murderer!
What?
Sarah hates not being in control and always strives to be the best. It's why she takes on the moon mission in the first place.
And frankly, I don't care much about this mission either. I like to win.
Lula's game immediately follows Shapesister and pits all of the kids against each other to see who will remove their hand from an obelisk first. Sarah preys upon everyone's weaknesses to get them eliminated. Gee, I wonder how she knows everyone so well.
There's gotta be a way to play this game so we can all win.
Good call, Pliny. Raise both hands if you agree with Pliny.
Okay!
This quest for perfection is also the driving force behind why the twin Sarahs have been keeping their secret from the others.
You only get one shocking, dramatic twin reveal.
It feels very child accurate to go through all of this trouble just to make a good first impression. Thanks to episodes like Moon Moon, I think you know and like Sarah by this point, and you get a few moments where the twins are shown to care for each other, so it's understandable why they keep up their ruse. That and their reveal isn't ready yet.
And you've been trading places for weeks just so you could surprise us all by saying you were twins? I didn't get any of that from your rap. It was 3 hours long and it didn't rhyme.
Making the very next episode Sarah-focused, but refusing to include any mention of her dual identity is frustrating, but it feels very strategic in shaping how the audience is going to view Sarah going forward. In Lula's game, Sarah isn't doing anything she wouldn't have done before Shapesister. Her personality remains the same. Even though Pliny discovered the truth about Sarah by accident, she never spills the secret to the rest of the group. However, I couldn't shake the feeling that perhaps the girl was overcompensating for her twin's actions. Or maybe the twin in this episode is the one who's all in on the ploy instead of the one who wants to come clean. Not saying that was the intention, but making the Sarahs indistinguishable leaves it up to you to interpret which one is in each episode.
You gotta accept there's only gonna be one winner. I'm just making sure it's gonna be me.
Perhaps these twins are so good at mimicking each other that it's impossible to tell them apart. One could say that knowing the truth about Sarah distracts you from her character, but I disagree, considering how much it fits what we already knew about her. Plus, going forward, the stories that feature her take all of these Sarahs into consideration. Yup, all 3 of them.
Clowns?
Episode 16B of StuGo, Infinity Braid, introduces a brand new twist to Sarah's plotline. In her quest to have the best haircut in a group portrait, Sarah has Dr. Lula mount a temporal hair tunnel upon her head. Entering the portal allows you to travel through time. So when Sarah accidentally ruins the portrait, she enters her own hair to fix the past.
Sarah, I'm you from the future, but I inverted myself through my own quantum rigatoni. I understand.
Now we have 3 Sarahs instead of 2, and they all join forces in an episode with the best title in the entire series.
You've read Elephant Triumvirate Book 6, Trunkumvirate Triumphant?
Not wanting to be left out of book club, Sarah lies about being a fan of a series she knows nothing about, having read a highly anticipated unreleased installment, and being related to its author.
Secret twin Sarah, time clone Sarah, I need your help.
The Sarahs try to write the next book, kidnap the author who's conveniently on the island, and attempt to trick the others by throwing a blank manuscript into a fake volcano. Once again, Sarah is fixing her lie with an even bigger lie, when the rest of the kids would have no issue with her joining their club if she just told the truth.
Did you lie? Is this just about hanging out and eating ketchup? We can give you ketchup.
Not too much ketchup!
This is the only time she's properly called out for being so deceptive.
Guys, wait! I can explain!
No, don't listen to her. We know how good she is at telling stories.
Sarah does apologize, but not directly. She tells her friends that she's sorry, through her own attempt to finish Elephant Triumvirate Book 6 Trunkumvirate Triumphant. I'm not doing another take of that. Great detail how the authentic versions of the book are animated like motion comics, and then Sarah's lazy fake version has the elephants bobble around like it's an early Adult Swim show.
Don't be scared, Ivory. It's me, Tusky Boy. I'm here to save you.
No. He can't actually. You can't talk, actually.
Oh?
Hey, and don't forget I was here too.
Having 3 Sarahs instead of 2 only impacts the story by allowing them to kidnap the author of the books more easily and act as a fake writer's room. Even though she has yet to have a proper twin twin/triplet reveal, having Sarah come clean for once is a nice way to close out her character at the end of season 1. Also, the show was cancelled, but it's a new, non-IP based Disney cartoon. That's probably the least shocking twist in this video about shocking twists. This news was disappointing, especially since a second season was in some stage of production, based on these teases from creator Ryan Gillis in his post announcing the cancellation. I had a few gripes, like a handful of weak outings and every other character outshining the main kid Pliny, but these were minor. I could spend all day speculating on the lack of a pickup. Maybe the show wasn't a great fit for the company brand, maybe it underperformed, or maybe these ads were too out of character. She would not say that. As is, I think the de facto series finale ends things on a satisfying note, providing some much needed answers too.
I'm Dr. Rostrum from StuGo, the secret technologically unconventional genius organization. Yeah, that's what it means.
I thought that stood for student government.
This one plays out like a sequel to the pilot, questioning what it would be like if the kids went to an actual summer camp and served a less passive supervillain. I love how the final scene implies that Dr. Lula knows Sarah's secret, but it's hidden in a gag.
Francis, Drew Nipper, Sarah 3, Larny, Marielle, and Poopo.
Pretty close.
Elsewhere, there's hints that season 2 would have focused less on the kids and more on the mutants that inhabit the island. They made up a brand new mutant exclusively to star in the penultimate episode, who's a tiny frog with a giant ass, and I really respect that.
Okay, goodbye.
While there was more to explore with Sarah, giving her character a bit of resolution also makes the cancellation go down smoother. The creative team gave someone who could have been a typical bully so much intrigue and so many layers. The Sarah twist will always be dumb, but it's a great part of a great cartoon. Putting in the effort to make you care about the silliest ideas is what StuGo did best. I feel like I've only scratched the surface on what it has to offer, because I've gone this entire video without even mentioning how great Francis is.
Francis.
I highly recommend It's Only Magic's comprehensive StuGo video, especially since this analysis exists because of a post he made. I know this is a little too late to be considered an end-of-the-year video. I just wanted an excuse to get some more eyes on this hidden gem and cover something positive before I suffer next month. Now, if I missed any Sarah foreshadowing, or you think Disney had a dumber twist, let me know down in the comments. I guess I could have considered the ending to The Replacements, or that fake Simpsons scene where Martin Prince is an undercover cop that is taken seriously by everyone who reposts it.
The police department needs someone inside the school!
This is also a solid runner-up.
Who are you? A platypus? Perry the platypus?
How was he supposed to know the difference between a regular platypus and Perry the platypus without a hat? What a dumb twist.